All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Romania. Raducanu into the semis. She's the number one seed. And she's taking on Oliynykova, who is in the semis unseeded. She is the lady that had the face tattoos, or they were temporary tattoos, just stickers. And she is playing very good tennis. She has a weird style. She's a very unique player. She moonballs a lot. She plays a strange, unorthodox style, which clearly works because she's in the semis. So we're going to watch it. She played against Keys and nearly got the first set against Keys in Australia. So let's see how she does against Emma Raducanu, who has had a pretty good week. Besides like a 5-love deficit in one of the matches, she's been pretty solid. Also, the draw preview for Doha has come out, so go check that out as well if you haven't already. And then tomorrow, well, if Raducanu wins this match, we'll watch Raducanu tomorrow too. And Oliynykova has bat tattoos on her face. Obviously, Transylvania, bats, Dracula, all that stuff. So, yeah. And she's wearing all black as well. She's definitely feels like she's dressing for the city. She's dressed for the occasion. This has got a lot of thought has gone into this. She is definitely playing into the Transylvanian Open theme of vampires and the such. She is a character, yeah. She is a good personality to have. Raducanu to win the straight sets, okay. We'll find out. I'm going to get a photo together. All right. Let's see what Raducanu's got. She's come this far. She hasn't made a final since the US Open 5 years ago, nearly. So this will be her first final. Since then, she made the semifinals a few times, but hasn't made the final of a tournament since winning the US Open. Currently in Portugal. What's up? All right. By the way, Castella is also in this tournament still. She's got to play next week in Doha first round. I don't know how she's going to get there in time. I mean, it's not that far of a flight, but she's going to be playing Chen first round over in Doha. That's going to be a bit of a trip. She'll want to win the straight sets because she needs to go home and prep for commercials. Oh, so you're a smartass. Oh, okay. Good to know. All right, currently ranked 30 in the world, Raducanu. I don't know how far she goes up in the rankings even if she doesn't win today. Have a look. Does she go up to... She is currently ranked 27 in the live rankings. If she wins today, she'll go to 25. If she wins the tournament, she'll go to 25. So a win today would put her at number 25. She will be unseeded at the Doha Open, but she could be seeded at Indian Wells, which is a big deal. Do I watch the Super Bowl? Kind of, but not really. I'll probably check out the end of it. I'll probably check out the halftime show, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes. Depends if I catch it when it's on. Sometimes I'm asleep. And Oliynykova is 91 in the world. So we'll see how she does. She definitely has a different style. And the Olympics is on, that's true. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm not sure when. Well, I know Doha starts on the Sunday, So tomorrow, if we don't watch Raducanu in the final tomorrow, we will be going. We won't be having to stream tomorrow, and we'll be going back like straight to Doha and watching Doha probably on day one because there's a lot of unseeded players in Doha that are dangerous. So yeah. Draper played on his return yesterday. Yeah, he won easily too. And I think he's playing later as well against... or is he playing tomorrow, maybe? Maybe Feast or Draper tomorrow? If they don't play at stupid o'clock, like if they're playing at like midnight, I might watch them. But if they're playing at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., it's brutal, man. This week I almost planned a trip away this week, but I changed my mind because I noticed that there were some players playing in Abu Dhabi because Raducanu was supposed to play Abu Dhabi. Bencic was there, so I thought, probably don't end up watching that tournament pretty intensely. But then they pulled out, and I didn't plan a trip, so here I am. But I didn't plan to stay up all night, to be honest. Actually, should have happened that way. I would love to watch Feast, but he just keeps playing. They just keep putting him on like night session, which is fine because he's the Frenchman, but also it's annoying. So hopefully they put him on earlier if he wins tonight. I don't want to sleep all day yet. I was watching the Super Bowl thing in Australia, or they don't really care. I remember I lived in Germany, it wasn't really a thing. Well, the problem with the Super Bowl for Australians is that it's on a Monday morning, and people are at work. So the Super Bowl is at like 10 in the morning in Australia, so it's very hard to watch when people have to go to work. So it's not really a thing. If it was on a Sunday, like if it was a Sunday for us morning, probably be more of a thing. But because it's on a Sunday in America, it's on a Monday here, so it's just bad timing. But if they put it to a Saturday, it'd probably be more of a thing in Australia. But then they're also not really, they don't care about Australia. Why would they? It's not about Australia. Anyways, Oliynykova is serving first. Raducanu in the net, and it's left 15. I'm going to go Raducanu in 3 because I'm not quite sure what Oliynykova is going to do. I'm not sure what she's going to bring, so I'm going to say 3 sets Raducanu, but we'll see. All right, first as a fault. Second serve. So with the back of Raducanu, Oliynykova backhand into the backhand of Raducanu as Oliynykova gets it forehand now from Raducanu as Oliynykova puts it in the net. And it's 15-0. All right, Oliynykova to serve. 7-4 to Raducanu. Return goes back into Oliynykova, but Raducanu hit it out in the return. 30-15. Bolter already up 2-love in her match against volley nets. Nice. $30-15. Return goes into the backhand of Oliynykova. Backhand of Raducanu to the front of Oliynykova. Raducanu slice as Oliynykova drop shot. Raducanu gets it. And Oliynykova volleys, but Raducanu... Oh, she overhit the volley. 40-15. All right. 40-15. So we're back on Raducanu. Return goes short. Oliynykova forehand winner. Okay. Oliynykova gets the first game. She saved 20 of 21 breakpoints yesterday. Holy moly. All right. Oliynykova with the first game of the match. One love. Also, I think the pirate is now speaking. So if you want to, if you donate, it should work now, I think. All right, is Raducanu forehand to the forehand of Oliynykova. Down the line is into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand cross-court winner. Jeez, she plays such a strange off-paced game. But Raducanu was like, I ain't ready for that one. Like, that was a really strange, effective game. It just had like a slow cross-court forehand winner. It was what a weird shot, but very effective. Oliynykova has face tattoos. They're not. Well, they're not real. It's like goes the net by Oliynykova, and it's 15-0. The face tattoos are not real tattoos. They're like temporary tattoos that she puts on for different tournaments. So, like, she's got bats on her face this week, whereas in Australia there were flowers. So she does like different theme every tournament. But she has like a full on like neck tattoo and stuff. I saw a photo because I was looking for a photo to put on the thumbnail. She used to have like 2006 on her neck, and I'm guessing that's when she was born. Because if she's 25, she would. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, she had the numbers 2006 on her neck. I don't know what that meant, but she covered it with like with a neck tattoo, like a more of a thing. But yeah, she's definitely going her own style for sure. Backhand Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand to the backhand Raducanu is Oliynykova forehand inside out winner. Great shot, 30-0. 30-0. All right, serve again for Raducanu. Serving to the front of Oliynykova. In comes Raducanu with a drive volley. Oliynykova puts up a lob. Raducanu smash. Puts it away. 40-30. All right, 40-30. Raducanu serves again. First serve, fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Oliynykova. Backhand now from Raducanu in the net. And it's deuce. Deuce. So in front of Oliynykova. Forehand now from Raducanu is Oliynykova forehand to the backhand of Raducanu. Off the tape. Goes in. Oliynykova with a slice. Raducanu's got there with the backhand winner. And it's advantage Raducanu. Advantage Raducanu. As a default, second serve. Baptiste has got credible volleys. Yeah, I saw that she was winning. Now she's beating Oleksandra, which is very impressive. All right, return goes into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand again, the backhand of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu with a slice in the net. And we are back to deuce. And again, Raducanu struggling. All right, back to deuce. As Raducanu serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Raducanu, Oliynykova backhand. In the back of Raducanu as Oliynykova hits a slice forehand. Raducanu gets it back. Oliynykova again to the forehand of Raducanu. They go forehand to forehand, and Oliynykova hits it wide. And it's advantage Raducanu. Advantage Raducanu. As we have a fault, second serve. As the return gets back into Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. As Oliynykova goes to the forehand down the line. Raducanu backhand cross. Oliynykova backhand pass. Oh, it's too good. Raducanu missed the volley. And we get back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As the return goes out by Oliynykova, and it's advantage Raducanu. As a return goes into the forehand of Raducanu, Oliynykova forehand into the back of Raducanu is Oliynykova in the net with a slice. All right, that was a marathon. 1-1. All right, Raducanu holds after 10 minutes. Maybe. All right, back to Oliynykova. The return goes into the forehand of Oliynykova, and that's a winner. Beautiful forehand winner. All right, love 15 love. As a return from Raducanu goes back of Oliynykova. Forehand of Raducanu crossed into the forehand of Oliynykova as Raducanu backhand slice. Oliynykova with a drop shot. Raducanu gets it. Comes to the net. Oliynykova pass. Too short. Raducanu with a volley. Up goes another lob. Then Raducanu puts away the smash. 15-0. Oliynykova is difficult to say again and again like a tongue twister. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not saying it right. So, yeah, I agree. It is very tough to say. First serve, default. Second serve. Seven for Raducanu. Return to the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu slice. Oliynykova gets it back with a slice, but she hits it in the net. And it's 15-30. As the return goes to forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu. Forehand goes wide. 30-0. Oliynykova trying to stay in front. As a default from Oliynykova. Second serve. Serve in the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. In the net by Raducanu. All right, 40-30. As the return goes out by Raducanu, and Oliynykova holds 2-1. 2-1 in the first set. $14. How are we doing, chat? Oliynykova likes playing long matches. She's a clay specialist. Well, yeah, here we go. This is exactly what's happening. Emma is one Grand Slam away from having as many Grand Slams as Rebecca and Coco. Yeah, why not more people speaking about that? Why are not more people speaking about that? Why is that not spoken about a lot more? That should be spoken about so much more. All right, 2-1. Raducanu serves. And the return goes in. The forehand of Raducanu. Forehand from Oliynykova is a moon ball, but it goes long. 15 love. All right, 15 love. And the backhand now from Raducanu into the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand again to the backhand of Oliynykova. Goes down the line. The forehand of Raducanu with a stretch. Oliynykova with a slice forehand down the line. Raducanu gets it with the backhand cross court. And then Oliynykova in the net. And it's 30 love. She's just moonballing? No, she's not. She can, but she's not Olenkova's not moonballing as much as she was against Keys. Yet. She might do it eventually, but she's not really just moonballing. All right, 30 love. 7 to the forehand of Oliynykova. That's a moonball. To the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand goes into the forehand of Raducanu. To the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu with her backhand. Oliynykova goes again to the slice of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand. Down the line, winner. All right, 30-15. Hey, Dylan, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Tennis Talk Club. Raducanu serves. And the forehand of Oliynykova, that goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova serves again. Into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand again. Or goes wide. 40-15. 40-15. As the return goes to the forehand of Raducanu. And she hits a lovely shot down the line. Oliynykova got it though, and Raducanu volleys it away. All right, 2-0. What am I drinking? I'm drinking tea. All right, 2-0. In a long first set. Also, Baptiste is very close to beating Alexandrova. All right. Oliynykova serves again. Into the front of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand down the line is a winner. 15 love. Too good. So main draw starts Sunday in Doha? Yes. That is correct. Because that's just the way they do it. All right. As Oliynykova with 30 love. All right, 40 love. All right, 40 love. All right. Raducanu holds. Sorry, Oliynykova holds. 3-2. Raducanu down. All right. All right. All right, 3-2. I can't find your prediction video for Baptiste versus Alexandrova match. Who is going to win? It's because I didn't make one. And the match is almost over, so I'm not going to make a prediction now. All right. As that goes out by Oliynykova, and it's 15 love. Ooh, 30 love. Nice volley from Raducanu. By the way, Raducanu very fired up. Manarino's winning. Cool. All right, first is a fault by Raducanu. Second serve. Second serve. Ooh, double fault. 30-15. As the return goes in the forehand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Oliynykova. As Raducanu forehand to the backhand of Oliynykova into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand again to the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova with a forehand into the forehand of Raducanu as Oliynykova hits a slice. Raducanu's there with a backhand again to the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand again to the backhand of Oliynykova. That's a good shot. Raducanu goes down the line. Just missed it. 30-all. All right. 30-all. As it'll find out from Oliynykova into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand goes long. And Raducanu with a big shout, 40-30. No, Monfils hasn't retired. He's retiring at the end of the year. It was just his last Australian Open. All right, 40-30. As a return from Oliynykova goes to the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand again, the backhand of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu with a forehand slice. Oliynykova goes down the line to the backhand of Raducanu. That's a passing shot winner. Raducanu holds 3-all. Great backhand winner. 3-all. By the way, Raducanu again, very loud. She is yelling, and I appreciate it. She is very vocal in this one. All right. There's a bit of fault by Oliynykova, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes out by Raducanu, 15-love. So next week, we've got Rotterdam, Dallas, Buenos Aires on the men's side, and then Doha on the ladies. So Rotterdam and Doha are the two more important tournaments, I think. Well, at least the bigger names are playing, right? Obviously, Doha for the ladies is the most important tournament next week, but Doha for the men's pretty interesting. I'm just having a look here to see if there's any first rounds that were like must watch. Because all the top seeds get a bye in the first round, so we won't be watching Swiatek or Raducanu until like day 3 or 4, maybe. Sonmez Zachary is kind of interesting. Castella versus Chen could be good. I mean, Chad, if we don't watch Eala, I don't know if I could live with myself. So we have to watch Eala. Even if she is going to play a qualifier. Raducanu is also playing a qualifier, so we'll see who that is going to be. But Osa Ostapenko is kind of fire too, though. That feels kind of fiery. Zhang Kennan's also epic. There are a lot of good first rounds. 30-15. As the return goes out by Raducanu, 40-15. Yeah, Zhang's back next week. She's playing Kennan. Return into the form of Oliynykova, and that goes out by Oliynykova, and it's 40-30. Baptiste and Alexandrova in a tiebreak in the second. Alexandrova is losing at the moment. 40-30. 7 in the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand. Again to the back of Raducanu as Oliynykova goes down the line with the backhand. Raducanu on the stretch. Oliynykova forehand. Winner, 4-3. All right, Oliynykova stays in front. 4-3. By the way, I think, does the draw for Rotterdam come out tomorrow? It must come out tomorrow, right? Because Rotterdam's got Demonor, FAA, Bublik, Draper, Medvedev. It had Zverev and Alcaraz, but it changed because they withdrew. So we'll see. Tomorrow, man, it must come out tomorrow, right? Penko is defending final points. If she goes out early unseeded, it'll for a couple of times. Well, that's very true. Her ranking is at stake. Is Hubie playing tomorrow? Is Hubie playing Rotterdam as well? I think so, maybe. Grace over Draper? Yeah, Draper kicked ass yesterday. Probably the perfect start for him as well, because he's playing against Norway without Ruud, so he doesn't have to play a top tier player yet. He can work himself into it, and then next week he'll start playing the big boys. But yeah, Nissimova has to defend Doha, so that's going to be interesting. Is Alco still in Ibiza? I don't know. I don't even know if he went there. Draper is playing Budkov Kia. Yeah. That's not right now, though, is it? It's later. I think it's later. All right. Raducanu serves again. 4-3. Oliynykova. As Raducanu, good serve. 15 love. As we look back in our Raducanu into the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu forehand in the backhand again of Oliynykova. Oliynykova hits it wide. 30 love. So that it's normal that a defending champion casts withdraws just because. No, it's not normal, but he also doesn't need the points, but also he just won the Australian Open. So it's not unusual for players that win a Grand Slam to not play the week after. That's very normal. Raducanu playing next week is unusual because she just won the Australian Open. To see her back so soon is kind of crazy. That's why we don't see in Sabalenka, because they call it a schedule change. They don't call it like they're not like injured, or they put it down to fatigue, right? So, yeah, I mean Alcaraz, he just won the Australian Open, so he needs an extra week off. He's got to play Doha after that, right? But it's not unusual that happens. 40 love. It's not strange that he pulled out, even if he is the defending champion. He doesn't need the 500 points as badly as... Otherwise, he'd play if he needed them that badly. But he doesn't, because Sinner lost points and he gained points at the Australian Open, so he doesn't need to defend his ranking, so it's totally normal. All right, 40 love. 7 to the backhand of Oliynykova. Backhand of Raducanu to the front of Oliynykova. Raducanu slice. There's Oliynykova. Hits it wide. It's 4-0. 4-4. All right. 35 minutes played. 4-4. 4-all. As the return goes back into Oliynykova. Slice from Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand again. The back of Raducanu into the back of Oliynykova. To the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova moonball. Goes short. Raducanu on the attack. Oliynykova passing shot winner though. Too good. Great rally. 15 love. 15 love. Serve again. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand of Oliynykova to the backhand of Raducanu on the stretch. Oliynykova forehand. Raducanu with a passing shot winner. All right, 15-0. Great passing shot from Raducanu. All right, 15-0. As the backhand return goes into the backhand of Oliynykova. Oliynykova hits an inside-out winner. Beautiful shot. 30-15. That was just a slap winner. All right, Oliynykova serves again. A fault, second serve. There's been a double fault, 30-0. All right, 30-all. As the return goes into the backhand of Oliynykova, backhand of Raducanu. As Oliynykova slice, Raducanu gets with the backhand, but hits in the net on the approach. And Oliynykova gets the 40-30. That was a chance for Raducanu. Oliynykova to go to 5-4 here. And force Raducanu to serve to stay in the set. Oliynykova serves. Into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand slice. Raducanu into the backhand of Oliynykova again. And so Raducanu gets a forehand. To the forehand of Oliynykova, who puts up a moon ball. Raducanu backhand into the backhand of Oliynykova. Again to the backhand of Raducanu as Oliynykova forehand slice goes long. And Raducanu, she wants this break now. Deuce. All right, we get to deuce. All right, deuce. As we get a return into the back of Raducanu, Oliynykova slice down the line as Raducanu again to the front of Oliynykova. She shanks it, but it goes into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova again to the back of Raducanu, sliced. Oliynykova forehand. That's a winner. Advantage Oliynykova to get the lead again. All right, serve again. Advantage Oliynykova. That's a return from Raducanu into the forehand of Oliynykova. Forehand from Raducanu. That's a good shot. Oliynykova gets it with a slice. Raducanu again to the slice of Oliynykova, but she hits it wide and we get back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, as that goes out by Oliynykova and Raducanu gets a break point. All right, advantage Raducanu. As Raducanu goes to the slice of Oliynykova. Oliynykova hits it out. Raducanu gets the break. First break of the set, and Raducanu very vocal. She is so fired up. She's like angry. I love it. Raducanu's playing angry. 5-4. All right, 5-4. Also, Alexandra Eala won the second set against Baptiste. So that is going on. Angry Kanu, that's it. And Raducanu's like, hey, can we turn the volume down on the music? I love it. It is loud. And Raducanu's like, why is it the music so loud? That's true, though. Why is it so loud? Gauff is playing doubles with Mboka. Oh, nice. Wait. Is that next week? In Doha? All right. Raducanu serving for the set. Oh, the double draw's out. Oh, my bad. I haven't looked at it. All right. Yeah, Gauff and Boko playing doubles together. That's awesome. They're playing Buksha and Martinez. All right, Raducanu hits it out, love 15. Oh, Hunter and Joyner are playing too. That's great. Love that. Cool. All right, love 15. 7 to the backhand of Oliynykova. Backhand Raducanu to the back of Oliynykova. As Raducanu backhand again to the backhand of Oliynykova. Into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova with a forehand. She ran around the backhand, put up a moon ball. Into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. Raducanu backhand down the line in the net. It's 15. Love 30, sorry. A couple of errors from Raducanu. Love 30. Love 30. As we do backhand now, Raducanu into the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu forehand open court winner. Too good. $15.30. Serve again from Raducanu. Into the forehand of Oliynykova. Return goes into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand. Into the back of Raducanu. Again, the back of Oliynykova hits a slice. It's a drop shot. Raducanu gets it. Comes the net. Oliynykova pass. Raducanu volleys. Oliynykova pass. Too good. 15-40. Good rally. All right. Break points for Oliynykova to break back. Parks versus Valentova in Doha in the qualies. Oh, that's savage. All right. 15-40. There's a return. Goes to back in Raducanu. Back in now from Oliynykova. As Raducanu with a drop shot. Oliynykova gets it with a forehand. Raducanu lob. Too good. All right, 30-40. Great lob. $30-40. 30-40. Great pickup by Oliynykova, but the lob was perfect by Raducanu. All right, 30-40. Still break point. Seven to the forehand of Oliynykova. Forehand now from Raducanu. Moonball. Goes into the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand. To the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu again to the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand down the middle. Olinkova's forehand goes into the backhand of Raducanu. On the attack now as Oliynykova gets it back with the backhand into the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand now from Oliynykova. Again to the backhand of Raducanu as Oliynykova slice. Raducanu. Backhand again to the backhand of Oliynykova as Raducanu. Backhand again to the backhand of Oliynykova as Raducanu goes down the line. That's a great shot. Oliynykova slices it back. Raducanu. Cross-court forehand. Oliynykova gets it, but hits it in the net. Great rally, Raducanu. And gets the deuce. All right, 2 break points saved. Alexandra breaks in the third. Nice. That lob was chef's kiss. Oh, yeah. Great lob. All right, Raducanu serves again. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Oh, double fault. All right, advantage. Oliynykova to get the break back. Serve. Into the forehand of Oliynykova. Return goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand again. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Down the line to the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu with a backhand into the backhand of Oliynykova again. And she hits it in the net. We're back to deuce. Raducanu surviving. All right, deuce. Raducanu serves. The forehand of Oliynykova return. To the back of Raducanu is Oliynykova forehand. Again to the back of Raducanu. To the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu forehand. Cross court. Great shot. Oliynykova slices it back. But Raducanu comes in with a volley. Oliynykova gets there, but it's in the net. Great play by Raducanu again. Advantage Raducanu, set point to take the first set. Olynkova's game looks annoying to play against. Yeah. Definitely annoying to play against. Oh, pardon me. All right. Raducanu to serve to take the first set. Serving to the forehand of Oliynykova. Return goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova with a backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu. In the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu. Slice. Goes long. We're back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. Raducanu serves again. Serving the forehand of Oliynykova. Back into Raducanu. Into the backhand of Oliynykova is Raducanu backhand again as Oliynykova hits a forehand. Into the Raducanu backhand. Oliynykova forehand again. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova now the moonball backhand. Raducanu gets it back. Oliynykova now slices it. Into the Raducanu backhand. Now Oliynykova forehand on the stretch. Raducanu. Cross-court backhand. Oliynykova slices it back. Into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand again to the back of Raducanu. Raducanu eventually misses. And again, it's just one of those... It's just such a weird game to play against. Because she doesn't give you the same shot twice. She'll hit like... a weird loopy lobby backhand to a slice backhand that stays really low to a normal backhand or a flat. I mean, she just hits so many weird variations. You just can't. You can't play the same shot twice in a row. She has such a weird style, which is effective. It's a rhythm breaking style. All right, return. Into the back of Raducanu. Drop shot is in the net, and there's the break back. 5-5. 5-all. All right. Oliynykova breaks back. And she had a set point, Raducanu, as well. All right. All right, 15 love. Good tactic, why not? I mean, hey, look, it is working. As a return goes back in of Oliynykova. Forehand now goes into the forehand of Raducanu. As Oliynykova forehand again. She's hitting those moon balls. Raducanu attacks. Oliynykova then hits a backhand cross-court winner. I mean, that's what she can do, right? She can go from hitting a moon ball to hitting a flat winner. Like, how do you prepare for that? Very dangerous. Because if you give her an easy shot, she's going to nail it. But if you hit her a hard shot, she's going to loop it. So it's like, it's just, how do you figure it out? 30 love. $30 love. There's a return. There's a backhand of Oliynykova. Backhand of Raducanu. Into the slice forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu comes to the net. Oliynykova pass. Too good. 40 love. Again, just weird angles, but it works. All right, 40 love. There's a bit of backhand. Oh, lovely winner down the line from Raducanu. No backhand. No backhand from Oliynykova. All right. First serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the backhand slice of Oliynykova, but she hits it in the net. And Raducanu looking to get that break again. 40-30 though. All right. Still a chance to take the lead back. Return goes in the back of Oliynykova. Good angle to the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand moon ball. Into the Raducanu forehand down the line of the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand again, the backhand of Oliynykova. But Oliynykova hits it out and we get to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As return goes to forehand of Oliynykova, back into Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. Again to the backhand of Raducanu as she goes down the line of the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand again to the slice of Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand again to the Oliynykova backhand. Raducanu now with a forehand. Crossed into the forehand of Oliynykova. She puts up a moon ball. Into the Raducanu backhand. Oliynykova down the line, backhand winner. I mean, it's so effective. It might not be pretty, but it works. Okay. Oliynykova to get back in front. As we're back in now from Oliynykova in the net, and Raducanu gets back to deuce. The female Cam Norrie, a little bit, yeah. She does have that like kind of off-putting style that doesn't give you much to go with. All right. Backhand to backhand rally. As Raducanu, again to the backhand of Oliynykova. Oliynykova hits a wide event. Raducanu to get the break. To get the break and serve for the set again. All right, serve again. As the return goes to forward of Raducanu. Oh, Raducanu in the net. She set the point up well, but she just couldn't get the last shot. She smacked it in the net. All right, back to deuce. As we return now to the forehand of Oliynykova, down the line, into the back of Raducanu, Oliynykova slice. As Raducanu forehand again at the back of Oliynykova. Raducanu gets a point, Oliynykova in the net. It's still the first set. Yep, that's what I'm been telling myself for the last 10 minutes. All right, advantage Raducanu. As with the backhand into the backhand of Raducanu, and Raducanu just missed the backhand down the line. All right, deuce again. All right, Oliynykova gets a chance to hold and take back the lead. Advantage Oliynykova. As we just serve into the forward of Raducanu. And Oliynykova misses the backhand down the line. We get back to deuce. Back to deuce. This should have been the final. Feels like it's a semi-final. Ticket prices were quite affordable at €20 a day. Oh, nice. Actually, very for the players you get to see too. I mean, you get to see Castello in the next match. You got Raducanu in this one. That is a very decent price. All right, advantage Oliynykova to get the lead. All right. As with a forehand down the line of the backhand of Raducanu. She's the winner. We're back to deuce. Back to deuce. Yeah, we need sudden death. At this point, where is it? Where's sudden death? Where's sudden death? All right, Oliynykova serves again. A fault, second serve. I mean, we've been playing for over an hour already for this one set. Also, Alexandra Eala up a break in the third against Baptiste. All right. Forehand now goes the backhand of Oliynykova in the net. And it's advantage Raducanu to get the break and serve for the set again. All right, as a return goes in the back of Raducanu, backhand from Oliynykova sliced. Into the back of Raducanu, Oliynykova backhand again sliced. Into the back of Raducanu, Oliynykova slice again. Raducanu on the attack. Oliynykova gets it back with a lob, but Raducanu comes in with a drive volley, too strong. Finally, Raducanu breaks, and she'll serve for the set again. She's already had a set point. That was about 30 minutes ago. That's not true. It's probably only like 10, 15, 20, maybe 20. Okay. Raducanu leads again. By the way, I think Raducanu asked for the trainer. I think Raducanu's saying shoulder. I think Raducanu just asked for the trainer on a shoulder problem. Okay. I mean, she is hitting a lot of tennis balls because Olynykova is making her play a lot of shots. So the trainer's going to come out for Raducanu. I'm not sure if they're going to come out for this game or if they're going to come out for the next game. I think I'm the trainer. Or if they're going to do a treatment in this game or they're going to do it in the next game. No, yeah, Raducanu's saying it's her shoulder that's giving her problems. All right, so they're gonna do a medical timeout. Maybe. Okay, so medical timeout for Raducanu on a shoulder. All right. All right, Raducanu. Always something with Raducanu. Well, she has played, to be fair, it has been a long set. So, this has been a pretty physical match. And Oliynykova has made Raducanu play a lot of shots, and there's been some long games. So, fair enough. Did Emma retire? No, she's having a medical timeout. All right. Raducanu will try and serve the set after this. All right. By the way, Chad, if you haven't checked it out already, we have a tournament next week in Doha, a 1000 event. Go check out the video if you haven't already. A difficult match, and Raducanu starts her drama again. Boo-hoo. God forbid somebody takes a medical timeout. All right. By the way, you don't know what drama is. If you're saying that's drama, you need to go outside because that's crazy. Medical timeout. Oh no, somebody call TMZ. Somebody call the Kardashians. Raducanu wants to join the crew. What the fuck do you mean? What are you talking about? It's a medical timeout. They're totally illegal. And she's serving for the set, so she's not even breaking momentum or any bullshit like that either. She broke her own momentum. Man, you gotta get a grip on reality, brother. This is why they don't play 5 sets? No, it's not that. I mean, Mahaj played 2 sets and he retired the other day. So, I mean, it's definitely not a ladies can't play 5 sets. Men also can't play 5 sets at times. Should be out second round of Doha. Great. And I hope that you are also out of Doha. So that'd be great. Feel free to, skip that tournament for the sake of all of us. All right, return. Into the back end of Raducanu. Back end now from Oliynykova. That goes long. 30 love. Hey, Chad, it worked. The medical timeout when she broke it and then had a medical timeout, it's worked. It's worked. All right, 30 love. Serve. Into the front of Oliynykova. Back into Raducanu. That's a winner. 40 love. Got 3 more set points. Bolter wins. Nice. So Raducanu doesn't have any tape on her shoulder. She just got treatment. So no tape or anything like that, which is good. Serving to the forehand of Oliynykova. Back into Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. Raducanu comes in. Volley's a winner. First set in the bag. 7-5. Took a long time though. It was over an hour. Is Demon there to watch her? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Demon's in Rotterdam. All right. Raducanu takes the first, 7-5. I bet Emma to win the first set. Nice. Oliynykova is going to the bathroom after that marathon set. Who on earth is Demon? Demon is what I see at night when I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't move. That's what I see, a demon. Usually it's in the shape of people in the chat. And I'm just like, and I'm sitting there in shock and they're like, you need to watch this match. Why do you watch so much of this player? You need to watch my player. And I'm just like, you got to watch more of my player. Stop watching so much of Raducanu. You got to watch more of my obscure player that nobody else but me wants to watch. And usually I wake up in a cold sweat. It's crazy, chat. So that's who Demon is. Also, Demonor is his nickname is Demon. So, yeah. So there's a bit of both. So it could be, were you referring to, I think maybe that was the question. Not sure. Not sure. Either way. Demon. Raducanu is getting wiser like Sigemund. Yes. Because her shoulder hurt. She got a medical timeout. Sigemund. Okay. Good comparison. The first set was only 8 minutes longer than the Katie Potter whole match. Holy shit, really? That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. By the way, chat, what tournament do you want to watch next week? Give me a bit of feedback on what tournament you want me to watch, because I know Doha is the big one, and that's the one that I want to focus on, Doha, because that's more important than the other tournaments, in my opinion. But do you want to, like, what other tournaments are you keen to watch? I mean, Rotterdam makes sense to try and fit in, but like, what's the tournament? If you had to pick one tournament to watch next week, would it be Doha or would it be Rotterdam or something else? Doha, everyone's saying Doha, Rotterdam, the Olympics. That's not. They don't play the Olympics in the snow. I said they don't play tennis in the snow. Doha. The tournament where Eala is not playing. Well, you know what? I'm going to watch Eala just because you said that. Just because you said that. And if she loses, we're going to watch replays of her last week. Just because you said that. Frank. Thank you, Frank. Frank. 1752 Frank. Are you number 1752 out of the Franks in your area? Is that why it's 1752? Is that when you were born? That's impossible. You weren't born in 1752. You'd be like 300 years old. All right, we're back. 7-5 Raducanu in nearly an hour and 15 minutes. Long first set. A physical first set. But yeah, okay, Doha seems to be the popular pick. That's the obvious pick. The week after that is also Doha, because Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic are coming back, and they're playing in Doha all together, and that's going to be crazy. Love 15, double fault to start. Penko is Swiatek's sleep paralysis demon, yeah. First serve the fault, second serve. Oh, Alexandra Eala wins. Good comeback. Did she save match points or did she just get... Oh, she saved a match point. Holy shit. Nice. All right, she's into the final. Nice one. Love 15. Raducanu. Forehand to the slice of Oliynykova. Backhand, forehand from Raducanu. Into the fault of Oliynykova. Down to the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand. Again to the backhand of Raducanu is Oliynykova. It's a moon ball, but Raducanu on the attack, and then Oliynykova in the net with a pass. And it's 15. Sorry, love 30. I can read. Shut up. I can read. I can read sometimes. Love 30. 7 for Raducanu. Forehand from Oliynykova to the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu is Oliynykova with a forehand to the backhand again of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. Raducanu goes cross court with a forehand. Oliynykova on the stretch gets it. And Raducanu with a backhand down the line winner. Too good. Love 40 Raducanu. 2 match points she saved. Wow. Alexandra Eala on fire. All right, love 40. There's a return. Sorry, that's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As a return goes into the back of Oliynykova. Oliynykova hits out. Raducanu breaks. First game of the second. All right. All right. Raducanu with a set and a break. FAA feast later. I don't know when. I'm not watching it because I'm going to die. All right. Alexandra Eala almost lost. Save match points. Yeah. Solid win. Alexandra Eala, I think, is 30? 30? All right. Raducanu with the set in the break. She just needs to hold now to get to the first final since the US Open in 2021. She's 31. There you go. All right. Love 15. Qatar Open. Yeah. Doha. It's in Doha. Yeah, it's 15 all. All right, Raducanu serves again. Yeah, since 2021, yeah, which was last year. No, sorry, 2 years ago. 2, 3? Maybe 2 years ago. It definitely wasn't 5 years ago, right? All right, backhand to backhand rally. As that goes off the tape to the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Oliynykova. Raducanu with a lovely backhand down the line. Oliynykova gets it back somehow. Raducanu drop shot. And then Oliynykova down the line for a winner. That is the weirdest rally, but such a good one. 15-30. 15-30. By the way, chat, should we start banning all the people that are like just negative? Should we start sending more people to the moon that are just like such a bummer? Bro. Like, why? Who cares about a 250? Oh, okay. You, because you're watching this, so you must care. Why are you here? You're here right now. You must care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching, right? That'd be weird to watch something you don't care about, waste all your time, and it'd be so weird. What a weird thing to do. Watching a player you dislike when you could be doing so many other things with your life. Crazy. So you obviously care. And that's okay, because we care too. Raducanu's down break points, though, 15-40. Honestly, why are they here? I don't even think they know. I don't even think they know. They probably ask themselves that after the stream. They'll be like, why did I waste 3 hours? Probably could have done something with my time instead of watching Raducanu, who I don't like. Anyways, 30-40. We'll never know, chat. We'll never know. The motivations of people that don't, that hate watch, I don't know. All right. 30-40. No, David, that's fine. That's no problem with that. You don't want 5-set women's final, that's fine. As with a volley from Raducanu, that's a winner, and she gets the deuce. Why Doha top 32 players and others 64? What do you mean? Doha's a smaller draw because it's only a week. So that's why. Serve into the forehand of Oliynykova. Backhand now from Raducanu into the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu. Forehand to the backhand again of Oliynykova. Oh, beautiful winner down the line. And it's Advantage Oliynykova to get back on serve. This match is going to go forever, isn't it? All right. If Alexandra Eala wins the title, she goes to number 9. Ooh, interesting. All right, advantage Oliynykova to get back on serve. As a return. Goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand again. The back of Raducanu as Oliynykova backhand to the slice of Raducanu. Into the back of Oliynykova. Raducanu into the forehand of Oliynykova as Raducanu gets back to deuce. Are you doing the Towson match? No. Deuce. If Towson wins, though, we might do the final tomorrow, but it just depends on what time. All right, return goes in the backhand of Raducanu. Deuce here is we're going to backhand of Raducanu into the forehand of Oliynykova. Lob goes up and in. Raducanu with the backhand in the net, and Oliynykova gets another break back point. Mirra Andreeva will win a Grand Slam this year. What about Eala though? She might win one. Okay, now I'm just being mean. This is a tennis chat. Criticism of Raducanu shouldn't be off limits. Alexandrova just had a very high quality match. Okay, but also this is my tennis chat. So we decide as a collective what is acceptable. Criticism is fine. Straight up like hating on people, that's not what we tolerate. Saying she is the worst player and I hate her, that's not acceptable. Saying that her backhand is not great today, that's criticism. People don't know the difference. People say things, then they say, oh, it's just criticism. I'm just being... So no. You're just being mean for the sake of it because you have a bad day. Anyways, advantage Oliynykova. Is it a backhand now from Oliynykova to the backhand of Raducanu? Oliynykova forehand. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand again. It's a long rally. Raducanu in the net eventually. There it is. Oliynykova just is grinding Raducanu down. Like this is grinding her down. 15 minutes for 2 games. I mean, that's what we're talking about. This is a long grind. Olenkova's like, I'm playing. This is a marathon. You better start. You better start getting ready. We're going to go the distance here. It's a endless relentless of negativity that's issue. Exactly. And look, if it's one person comes in and just says something stupid, okay. But when it's like regular people who come in and just say the same things, you're just like, bro, why are you here? Like it's not like one-off random people. It's like the same people constantly doing it. It's annoying. It brings down the vibes for everybody. We're trying to have a nice time. When it's like the same 5 people coming in saying the same predictable shit, that's when we're like, do you need to be here? Love 15. Do you really like tennis or do you just really like to hate on people? You know? All right, Raducanu with a win of Love 15. Because I tell you, it's probably not good for your health if you're watching Raducanu out of spite. You know, it's really not good for you. That negativity is not good for you. There's a link if it's a wide love 30. Like if you're in here and you're waiting for her to lose so you can celebrate, that's really not good for you. That can't be good for you. Anyways. First serve, fault, second serve. I must have missed something. I mean, after this. Yeah, I'm just like 4 a.m. It's brutal. I was contemplating not watching this match. But because Raducanu hasn't made a final at the US Open, since the US Open, I thought, let's watch something historic. And a lot of people like Raducanu on the channel, so that's why. Are we commentating on the match or are we chin wagging? A bit of both. Tennis talk. So talking is part of the deal. I love 40. As with a serve. Double fault. Raducanu gets the break again. 3 breaks in a row. Long set. Nearly 20 minutes. I think Raducanu is going to get the trainer out for the changeover again. She's not allowed to have another medical timeout, but she is allowed to get treatment on the change of ends. All right. But yeah, we might watch the Abu Dhabi final tomorrow. And then if Raducanu wins, we'll watch her play her first final since the US Open. And then it's semi-finals for Montpellier. Davis Cup's not really that interesting for me. Like, it's not really that... Like, there's no key players we have to watch, right? Especially because next week there are a lot of those players that we have to watch on the men's side. So we'll watch more men's tennis next week. Yeah. WTA at its finest. Yeah, it has that happen sometimes. All right. Two-1. Raducanu with the break in the second. First ever WTA final. I'm going to continue to be pedantic because it's fun. Fair enough. Okay. Raducanu, 2-1. By the way, the winner of this match will take on the winner of... Castella, who's playing later. So it could be Castella and Raducanu final, which would be a hell of a final. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. What's my lens power? What's that? Love 15. What do you mean? Alexandrova versus Towson or Bialek final. Alexandrova is my bet. Yeah, I think Alexandrova versus Towson is a great final. Bialek's not bad either. We've watched her a few times. She's a good young player as well. But I mean, if it's Alexandrova Towson final, that seems like a banger. By the way, is the schedule out for tomorrow? Just so I can figure out when we're gonna do shit. No, it's not. 50 all. God, I really want Raducanu to win this title. That would be just so good. It would be really good for the tennis, I think. And the poor Raducanu fans who have been dealing with pretty much the second she won the US Open, have just been dealing with shit for 4 years straight. You earned it. Or she wins. Sorry, you didn't earn the shit. You earned her winning a title. You earned that. You've been through so much bullshit, that you deserve her winning a title. You don't deserve people being mean. So the final tomorrow is about the same. 5. All right, so the finals are pretty much at the same time as they were tonight, except for the doubles match was earlier tonight. So pretty much, hopefully, if we do watch both finals, we can watch the Abu Dhabi final into this final. That seems like it could be a thing. 30-15. There's a bit of forehand now from Oliynykova, and then the forehand from Raducanu is too good. 40-15. You're the most efficient and prepared tennis information service on the internet. Well, look, I'm not. That's very nice of you to say. If Emma is sore, she might pull out after this match. You reckon she's going to pull out in the final? You think Raducanu is going to make the final and then say, I'm not playing? That's crazy. That would be a crazy move. And not play the final? Nah, she'll play the final. Her first final in 4.5 years, she's definitely going to play a final. All right. Raducanu 40-15. As the return goes a forehand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Oliynykova. Raducanu backhand to the backhand of Oliynykova. Again to the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand down the line. Raducanu gets with the forehand into the backhand of Oliynykova. And Oliynykova hits a winner. Beautiful shot. 40-30. Ah, 40-30. Still a chance for Raducanu to go to 3-1 and hold serve. As the return goes in, the front of Raducanu. Backhand passing shot from Oliynykova is good. Raducanu with a volley. Oliynykova with a lob. And Raducanu puts away the smash. All right, 3-1. 3-1. All right. All right. 3-1. Raducanu holds. She's 3 games away from the final. Mukova has only won a 250 title for her entire career, and one of the weirdest stats, I know, right? That is a weird stat. All right. 3-1 Raducanu into the second set. As it a forehand now from Oliynykova to the slice of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand winner. No. Raducanu gets it back with a slice. And then Oliynykova hits a forehand winner down the line. And it's 15-love. So Raducanu is going to win the French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open this year. I'm being positive. Cool. I appreciate that. I love your optimism. See, didn't that feel much better? 15-love. As we had a double fault by Oliynykova, and it's 15-0. All right, backhand goes in by Oliynykova, 30-15. As a fault, second serve. Second serve, Oliynykova. Oh, double fault, 30-0. Yeah, Nightbot's at it again. Nightbot's taking no shit in this match. 30-0. So back in Raducanu, into the net, 40-30, Oliynykova. 40-30. Oh, yeah, Alexandra Eala has to play doubles today too, doesn't she? Forgot about that. All right, backhand from Raducanu in the net, and Oliynykova holds. All right, 3-2 Raducanu with a set and a break. She just got to hold serve, but that's easier said than done. Could have won Washington last year, but she played doubles with Raducanu at 40-degree heat. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I've tried. I try to understand why. Why? Why people get so upset by Raducanu and take so much joy in her losing. I try to understand. I don't understand. I try. I guess it's because they feel that she hasn't earned any praise or something. I don't know, but it sucks for her though, doesn't it? Because she's gonna has to prove something to people that don't even like her. Like, she's not proving anything to her fans. Like, her fans love her no matter what. She's proving, she probably feels, well, maybe she doesn't give a shit. Maybe she doesn't care. But it sucks if she feels like she needs to prove herself, because who to? She won a Grand Slam. Why does she have to prove anything? And even if she wins a title, then it's not going to be good enough, right? She wins this title. Somebody already said it, right? It's only a 250. Oh, okay. So if she wins this title, it's still going to be like, well, you didn't win another slam. You only won one of those. So, okay. Yeah, a lot of players have only won one slam. Some players have never won a slam. I wonder if Andy Roddick got this much shit back in the day. But anyways. I hope she wins this title. It'll be great to see. Raducanu fans can cheer, celebrate. She'll probably pull out of next week's tournament. Actually, no, she'll play the 1,000. It's worth points. All right. But I would love it if she won. Be great for the Raducanu fans. All right, 15 love as Oliynykova hits along. All right, it's a return. Goes in front of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. Goes long. 30 love. A Cuban sandwich for lunch? That sounds delicious. And Raducanu fans deserve it? Yeah, they do. They deserve a celebratory, even if she makes the final. I mean, that's a milestone in itself. First final since that US Open. 30-15. It will be tough, though, if she plays Castello in the final. That is a tough final. Because Castello obviously playing her last year on tour, and this would be the last time she'll play at home, probably, unless she plays Davis, Billie Jean King Cup. So it's not going to be easy if Raducanu versus Castello in the final. The crowd will be going for Castello, even though Romania love Raducanu too. But Castello having that final time at home, they'll want her to win more, probably. And she'll want to win just as much. Yeah, Castello's retiring at the end of the year. Remember when Halep retired randomly at this tournament last year? Remember how that just came out of nowhere last year? And we're watching something else and all of a sudden, Halep's retiring. Where? Why? When? Now? What the hell? That was crazy. Backhand goes in the slice. Raducanu. Forehand now from Oliynykova. Raducanu in the net. 30-0. Yeah, it'll be a great final if it is Raducanu Castello. Romanians get a treat. All right, 30-all. Raducanu trying to keep this break. All right, Raducanu serves. The back end of Oliynykova. Oliynykova hits it out, and Raducanu gets a 40-30. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. All right, Oliynykova with a 4-hand winner, and it's deuce. All right, Oliynykova wants his break back. All right, deuce. A little bit of fault, second serve. Oh, wait, was that a double fault? Oh, my bad. All right, advantage. Oliynykova to get the break back. And so Raducanu serves a fault, second serve. Backhand return into the back of Raducanu. Backhand out from Oliynykova as Raducanu into the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu again with a backhand. Oliynykova gets it on the stretch. Raducanu into the forehand of Oliynykova, and that's a winner. We get the break back. 3-3. Now, chat, on a serious note, if this does go to a third, I mean, Raducanu hasn't seemed to be that bothered by her shoulder, which she got a medical timeout for, but I don't know. I mean, I hope she doesn't. I don't think she'll retire, but this has been a very physical match so far. Might only be halfway. Oliynykova is making Raducanu work. If it goes 3, that could be difficult for physicality wise. All right, backhand slice from Oliynykova. Raducanu comes in. Into the backhand of Oliynykova. Volley from Raducanu is too good. I love that Oliynykova, every time Raducanu hits an amazing shot, or even just a decent shot, she gives her a round of applause. Like, that is such a nice... What a nice lady. Like, every time Raducanu, wrong foots her or something, she gives her a round of applause. It's like, good. She is such a good sport, Oliynykova. All right, love 15. When she's outplayed, she'll credit the other person. Like, she'll give him a round of applause. It's great to see. There's a bit of forehand in there by Oliynykova, and it's love 30. This girl's no joke. Who is she? Never heard of her. Emma Raducanu. She won the US Open in 2021. Former top 10. She was number 10 in the world at one point. That's who this girl is. You're talking about Raducanu, right? Is that who you're asking? She's from Great Britain. Oh, the other girl. Oh, who's the other girl? Raducanu in the net. It's 50-30. Um, yeah, Oliynykova. So, she kind of made a bit of a splash at the Australian Open when she nearly took the first set against Keys. She was dominating against Madison Keys. That's when I first became aware of her. I think everyone did. Very strange technique. A very strange game. Very awkward game to play against. As we can tell. And she's, clear. I mean, if she plays Sigemund, it's going to be a nightmare to watch. That'll be a 5-hour match. But yeah, very unorthodox player. But a good personality. She seems very fun. There's a bit of forehand now down the middle, from Oliynykova to the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice forehand again. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova with a slice forehand again. Raducanu on the attack. Oliynykova slice forehand again. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova somehow still in the rally. Raducanu. Backhand to backhand. Oliynykova drop shot. That was a weird drop shot, but it worked. What a rally. And Oliynykova she's laughing, but she's also trying to breathe because that was a long physical rally. How did Oliynykova win that? Slice forehands to death. And then a drop shot winner to finish. Beautiful rally. And Oliynykova just stuffed. Great rally. And even though she's tired, she's still smiling. She's like, that was a pretty good point. It was a very good point. 30-all. Seven to the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand from Oliynykova. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova with the pass. It's a lob. Oh, it's in! What a shot! 40-30. All right, Oliynykova just somehow winning these rallies that Raducanu seems to be on top of. All right. (40-30), take the lead back. There's a backhand return, goes backhand of Oliynykova, backhand of Raducanu into the forehand of Oliynykova. Sliced into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand. Nope, Raducanu hit it long. And Oliynykova stays or gets back in front. All right. Thanks, Deb. He was doing so well for like 3 messages, and then all of a sudden just like back to like Venom. I thought maybe, well, I had hope that they were reformed, but clearly there's a lot more work to do. But we won't give up on them yet. Anyways, we won't give up. Or, well, I won't give up. Actually, I probably will. It's getting a little old. We'll see. Three sets looks like not good for Emma. Why did Emma take a medical timeout? I was at work. She had a shoulder. It was on her shoulder. If they play 5-set women's Grand Slams, who will it favor and who will it have a disadvantage? That's actually a great question because I don't think that's been spoken about enough. It's been the main response to people that don't like it are that's actually a very good question because most people are like, oh well, it can't happen. So, okay, but if it does happen, let's say it only happens for the finals, right? Semi-final, final. Who would it favor? Well, it's easy to say it would favor the fit players, right? Because they're all fit. But I think it would favor the bigger hitters because they play shorter matches anyway. Like Sabalenka, Rybakina, Anisimova, they don't play 3-hour matches very often. They usually play the quick matches with the big hitting. So it would probably favor them because if you go down 2-0 against Rybakina, who's like bashing you off the court, how are you going to come back from that mentally? That's tough. When somebody's, unbeatable by their ground strokes. So they're probably going to... And because they play shorter matches physically, Raducanu won't have to go into a 5-hour match, probably. So physically, it'd probably be better for them too, for those players too, initially, right? Because, if it's a physicality thing, the big hitters that play short points, that won't be an issue down the track. I don't think Raducanu is going to play a 4-hour match very often unless, she's playing someone who's grindy, maybe like a Palini or something, or maybe Swiatek, right? Who can drag her out of the rallies. So yeah, it might favor the big hitters more. Who's a disadvantage? Maybe it also is a disadvantage for them in the physicality department, because I don't know. I'm trying to think of players that like we talked about this at the Australian Open. There's which players on the women's side cramp or get injured? Not many. You could say on the men's side, you'd be like this guy. We've seen them cramp, but on the women's side, maybe who's injury prone. That might be a problem, right? So like a Mukova or Vondrousova or Krejcikova, Towson sometimes gets there's a lot of players. I know you're talking about Towson in the other match, but players that get injured, the longer the match is, the more chance they could get injured. So maybe injury prone players could struggle. In a best of 5 or 3 out of 5. Anyway, it's 30-15. Kalinskaya, another one who does get injured. As Oliynykova hits a backhand winner down the line, 30-all. Yeah, the older players who wouldn't be used to the format because they've played tennis a certain way for so long. I tell you, someone who might thrive, Coco Gauff. I think Coco would thrive in best of 5. She could really that could be a real difference for her, because physically, Coco never wilts. When does Coco ever been injured or ever, physically fade out? Never, right? Coco is so unbelievably fit that I reckon it could be a real opportunity for her to thrive, because mentally, she goes down 2 sets to love. I don't think she's given up. Going down a set and a break when it's best. I would love to see Coco best of 5. I think she could really. That could be her thing. The way that she plays, the serve doesn't work always, but if she's down 2 sets to love, I don't. She's someone that I don't think would give up. Palini's another one, Svitolina. Those players that don't have the biggest games would be very fun. That's the thing, right? These questions make it an interesting topic. Yeah, Navarro could play a 5-hour match in a 5-setter for sure. Anyways, break point. Raducanu is in trouble. Back into the net. Oliynykova is going to serve at the second. This came out of nowhere. Raducanu was winning. All right, 5-3. But the fact that we're having these kind of conversations and having these, and wondering who's going to do well, who's not going to do well. Those things we can only find out if we do them, right? If we do a 5-set match. If it's in the semifinals of the final, right? We don't need first round 5-set matches. We can just do best of 5 from the second week. But yeah, I would love to, I think it would be really, really interesting to find out a lot of those questions. Okay. Lovely backhand winner from Raducanu, left 15. That's been a fault second serve. 5 sets is also time to sort out the serve issues. Well, yeah. Yeah, what if Gauff has a terrible serving day in 1 set and then double fault, by the way, love 30. Yeah, I don't know. It'd just be really interesting. It would just be really interesting. Bring back wooden racket tournaments. Okay, so your sarcasm, you're not a fan of, you don't want 5-set finals? You don't want more, you didn't want more Raducanu Sabalenka final? That final was epic. Imagine if it was one more set. That would have been great. I would have loved it. All right, Love 50-30 as we're going to find now from Oliynykova into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova wins the point. Raducanu goes wide, 15-30. Women cannot play best of 5. Every player would withdraw. Yeah. Because that's why, when they do marathons, it's shorter for the ladies, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that it's the men run a marathon and the ladies are not allowed, or they can't run a marathon. That's never happened in the history of life. Pretty sure. Yeah. But I wouldn't know. You're the expert. 15-30. As we're to find out from Oliynykova into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova trying to get this second set. Talk about physicality. This is a physical match. As we're to find again from Oliynykova into the back end of Raducanu. Oliynykova again to the forehand. Oh, and she overhits it. She went for it, but she missed it. Oliynykova, 15-40, Raducanu to get back on serve. Yeah, they used to play best of 5 set finals in the WTA finals back in the 80s and 90s. 15-40. As we're back and return the net by Raducanu. Good serve from Oliynykova. 30-40. I'd praise Jessie Pegula. I wanted her to win. Pegula could thrive in best of 5. Her game seems to be something that could really work in that format. As a return, goes into the backhand of Oliynykova. She hits a winner. It's deuce. I would love a 5 set in a final. Yeah. For me, it's like, let's just give it one shot and let's do it once and see what happens. That's what, let's do it one time, next year's Australian Open final, and see what happens. Just make it for the final for one time. 400 rally. There's Oliynykova in the net, and Raducanu gets another. Sorry, Raducanu hit it wide. All right. She did. Olinkova's got the set point to take the second. Advantage Oliynykova to get the second set. She was down, I think she was down 3-1. Serve. And the forward Raducanu, return is out, and we're going 3, baby. What the hell happened there? How'd that happen? All of a sudden, we're going to a third. All right. Oliynykova, I think, won 5 games in a row. Very impressive. And that was nearly an hour, so this match is long. 2 hours, we're going to a third. Raducanu is going to have to really get that energy. All right. It's going to be a tough one. Raducanu's going to the bathroom. Hey, Cam, I made you the video. Did ya? What video? First time I see face tattoos on tennis player. So they're not tattoos. They're temporary. Well, they are. They're temporary tattoos. They're like stickers. They're not actual tattoos. She changes them every tournament. Whatever happens here, I think it's safe to say Raducanu should pull out of Doha. She also says she wants to visit her grandma in Bucharest. Well, she probably won't play Doha then. If she wins this match or loses. When will I open tennis packs? Why? Can't type, so much hate. That's all right. My fingers don't work sometimes too. Must be entering longest match for Raducanu's territory. Oh, that's actually a good question. That is a great question. Great question. By the way, Chad, have you seen that everybody in the world is going with our stat? Remember how we talked about, and you remember if you were here because we talked about it. Remember how at the French Open last year we were talking about how Sinner, when the match goes over a certain amount of time, he can't win? Remember how we were talking about that all last year? Now, The entire world have finally caught up. I keep hearing this like, oh, what a strange stat. Sinner can't win over 3 hours and 40 whatever minutes. And I'm like, yeah, bro, we were talking about that like fucking last year. Like, what are you talking about? We're talking about that at Roland Garros. We heard that stat when it was like he was 0-6. Now it's 0-9 or whatever. I'm like, everyone now the whole world thinks it's like, oh wow, that's a stat, bro. Where were you? It's been 9 months. We've been talking about this shit for weeks and years. Like, what are you doing? It was interesting. Well, yeah. I'm like, oh, God, you gotta catch up. We were talking about this shit so long ago. And remember, we were even joking about it at Roland Garros because I think there was a moment when I said, Sinner can't win matches over this time. If it gets to this time, he's going to lose. And then it got to that time and he lost. French Open, we're talking about this shit ages ago. And then I'm hearing like, oh, have you heard this stat? Yeah, we made that stat, goddammit. That stat came from here. At least we got video proof of it. Anyways, Raducanu's longest match. 3 hours and 36 minutes in Guadalajara 2022, she lost. Raducanu's only win over a long period of time was a 2 hour and 53 minute match against Navarro last year in Miami. She hasn't won a match over 3 hours before. And the longest match recently, she did play a 3 hour match against Sabalenka in Cincinnati last year and lost. But yeah, her longest match win is 2:53. Hasn't won a match longer than that. So it's going to have to be a long final set to get there, but yeah. Who win in this match? I'm still going to go Raducanu, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a physical effort if she does get the win. We printed t-shirts about it. We could have. How's Raducanu playing? She was playing well in the first half of that second set, but then she just threw in a few errors and everything just went wrong. Guadalajara match wasn't even finished. So it could have been 4 hours. Raducanu retired. Oh, yeah, that's true. She did retire. Cam, in my opinion, the first Grand Slam in Australia should be relocated to a place like Dubai. Hey, G-Van, you said that yesterday, and it's still a bad idea. It hasn't changed. That's still a terrible idea that nobody agrees with. So get your hands off my slam. It's staying in Melbourne. Deal with it. We're not moving it. Go away. Let it be. Leave it be. It's not going to happen. If you come in with the same question tomorrow, it's not going to change things. So get your hands off my Grand Slam. And don't ask me again. It's a sensitive topic. I really want Emma to win, finally, her second tournament. But Oliynykova needs the prize money more. Well, she's going to get a good chunk of prize money, Oliynykova, for a semi-final. So she's already going to get that. The heat is unbearable. But you're not playing, so why are you crying? Sabalenka can empathize with Raducanu. She was up 3-love in the Australian Open final. That's true. Cam, I made you the video. What video? Bro, right here yelling at me. I made a video too. It was the Doha final. Not final, the Doha draw. Go watch it. I made a video and I made about 700 this week. So, what do you want? What do you want from me? I just like that. What's this? Oh, the final for semi-final tomorrow. Okay. How do you think the third set will be? I think I'm still going to go Raducanu, but again, it's going to be physical. And Oliynykova is stretching out her legs and arms, so she's also feeling this. Raducanu coming out here with a different outfit. Bylek breaks 4-3. Ooh. Bylek over Townsend, do you believe? That'd be great. Another young player to add to the roster. All right. Chad, I reckon I got sunburned. I went outside for about 3 minutes today. All right, here we go. Raducanu. She's ready to go for the final set. All right. Raducanu to serve. As a return. Goes the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Oliynykova. Raducanu with the smash. Oliynykova backhand again at the front of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand on the stretch. Raducanu goes down the line. Oliynykova there with the backhand on the stretch. Raducanu backhand goes wide. It's love 15. Great Britain just won the double, so they won the tie, right? 3-0. Is Draper still playing though? Yeah, I'm not sure who Raducanu's coach is this week. She definitely has someone there. I don't know if it's a hitting partner or physio or who, but there is someone there. Does anyone know who that guy is who's there with her this week? Does anybody know? 15-0. As Raducanu serves again. He did the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu volley. Oliynykova, in the net with a forehand. That was the easy shot. 30-15. Oh, so you made a video about why Alcaraz cheated. Okay, is it on your channel? Where is it? Did you make it and just delete it? Okay, so obviously you made a video and you didn't, you just put it in your back pocket. Cool. Scared to upload it. Welcome to the internet, my friend. Welcome to putting yourself out there. Yes, if you upload a video about Alcaraz cheating, you might get some backlash. Someone might talk about it. You might get some negative comments. Welcome to the internet. 30-0. I'd be scared too. I mean, what are you doing? You said it. I'm scared you said it in the chat, and you keep saying it. Why do you keep saying it? 40-30, Oliynykova hits it out. This is a defining moment in your life. Do you upload it and take the heat, or do you not upload it and keep the peace? Because let's be honest, if you call him a cheater, you're not going to have much support. You're really putting yourself on an island. And everyone's going to start throwing stuff at you. So, I mean, look, credit to you for making the video, but Jesus, mate, it doesn't count if it's not... I mean, I made a video too, but I never uploaded it. I didn't make a video. Anyways, that goes out. And Raducanu holds one love. But welcome to the internet. It's a rough place. All right. Yeah, that was a very important hold. Break the run of games. Oh, she's got LTA coach Alexis Cantor. Okay, so she's got a association coach, right? Who signed up with her. All right, 15 love. Oliynykova serves a fault. Second serve. Where are you watching the live? Where are you watching the live? Where are you watching 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 live? Where are you watching? See, that's how it's annoying, isn't it? It's annoying. All right, WTA TV, WTA TV, WTA TV. Not a sponsor, not a sponsor, not a sponsor. All right. Nice hitting from Oliynykova. 30 love. There's a backhand return. Now goes the backhand of Oliynykova. Oliynykova with an inside-out winner. Beautiful shot. 40 love. Serve is a fault. Second serve. It's 4:30 in the morning, chat. Why? Why is this happening? Raducanu in the net. All right, 1-1. I'd say if Raducanu does win this match in this way, it'd be a hell of an effort. It'd be a physical effort. All right. Back to Raducanu. And sort of backhand to backhand rally. Raducanu again, the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu with the forehand on the stretch in the net. All right, love 15. Now, this isn't the final. The final's tomorrow of this tournament. Do you think Emma can win another slam? Yes. Just like I think Kenin could win another slam, like Penko. I think anyone who's got one slam, at least has a, look, it could work both ways, right? It could be a psychological disadvantage because you've done it before and, people are going to expect you to do it again. But I wouldn't count anyone out with a slam. When you say can win another slam, like I'm thinking like she's got a chance. I'm not going to pick her to win Wimbledon or anything, but if she won another slam, would it be so shocking? Because she did win one already. Anyone with a slam, as Oliynykova hits a lovely backhand winner, love 40. At least that's how I look at it. You guys can make up your own mind. But anyone with a slam, I always take seriously, even if they're unseeded. Because they're always dangerous. I mean, they did one of the most impossible things to do in tennis. There's not many of them around. There's not many slam champions floating around. On the women's side, there's more, but love 40, Oliynykova. To take the break in the final set, Raducanu forehand. Olynykova there with the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand down the line, winner. There's the break. Oliynykova, great efforts. And she has a break in the final set. Raducanu is going to be even more impressive if she fights back now. It's going to be real tough. All right. Who will get their next? Who will be the next to win their first slam? I think Anisimova, right? I think we're all on Anisimova to win her next, to be the first to win a slam for the first time. I think Anisimova, right? Maybe Andreeva. Maybe Andreeva's in there too, but I think Anisimova's probably front of the line for new champions. What about you, Chad? What do you think? Anisimova close? Yeah. I mean, I would back Anisimova over Andreeva at the moment. I think mentally Andreeva's still got some maturing to go. But I think Anisimova, her game right now in this current WTA climate is like, we've got Raducanu, Sabalenka. They're winning the slams right now, right? Anisimova's on that level of game. And if they're winning slams, she could definitely win a slam, right? Right now. Like the WTA is being dominated by, at least in the last 6 months, dominated by post-Wimbledon big hitters, right? And Anisimova is on that list. So I'm thinking Anisimova ahead of Andreeva. Andreeva may be in a year, but we saw at the Australian Open why Andreeva is going to struggle to win a slam right now. We saw that against Svitolina, right? She just gets so upset with herself. But the good thing is she has time to get over that and get better, And it sucks because, like, at the Australian Open, Andreeva was playing so well and she was looking so confident. She was saying so many things in the press conferences and stuff. And, like, her post-match interviews were, like, making fun of her coach. And she seemed like she was in a really good place. And she was having she seemed like she was having a lot of fun. And then she had a tough match and she completely fell apart. And it's like, okay, wasn't quite there yet. But she's definitely on. I mean, she's got Martinez as a coach, is a great coach. She's going to get there. But I think Anisimova is just a little bit further ahead, maturity-wise. So she's probably the next one. But then again, maybe someone out of nowhere wins a slam at Wimbledon, like we see all the time. Maybe someone outside of the box wins a slam. Maybe Pegula. Wins Wimbledon, right? Is that so strange? 15-all. All right. Jovic as well. I don't know. I feel like Jovic, we got to give Jovic time. I think we got to let's not put Jovic in the conversation. I think it's too much. I'd put Mboko ahead of Jovic. I think Jovic is a little, like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable putting Jovic in that conversation of she will win a slam soon. Like, nah. Let's leave her out of it. Let's let her develop and do whatever. Mboko is definitely more on track for me. Like, Mboko has won a 1,000. She's beaten the best players in the world on the biggest stages. I think Mboko is a like, she's there, right? Whereas Jovic, it was only her first quarterfinal at a slam. Let's let her just, like, keep getting better, right? She'll win one eventually if she keeps getting better, but right now, I don't feel comfortable putting Jovic in that conversation. 15-30, Raducanu on the attack. Oliynykova puts up a lob. Raducanu comes in. Oliynykova with a lob again. Raducanu smash. Olynkova's back in the rally somehow. Raducanu forehand cross court. Oliynykova with a slice forehand. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice forehand again. As Raducanu on the attack again. Oliynykova passing shot goes wide. What a rally. 15-40. And Olynkova's down on the ground. Raducanu to get back on serve. Palini in the conversation. Yeah, look, anyone who's in the top 10 has made it to the top 10 for a reason. So Pegula, I put Pegula and Palini in the same conversation. Like, things would have to go wrong for other players for them to win, I think. But the WTA is random, so that could happen. Sabalenka, Raducanu, Swiatek could all lose. Open the door for them to win, maybe. Oliynykova backhand. Oh, on the line. Great shot. Saves 130-40. 30-40. All right. As the return goes in from Raducanu to the forehand of Oliynykova. Raducanu, forehand again, the forehand of Oliynykova. She keeps on putting up moon balls. As Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of Oliynykova on the stretch. Raducanu comes in. Oliynykova with lob. Raducanu with a volley. Oliynykova can't get it. Raducanu breaks back. Raducanu giving Oliynykova some of her own medicine with that drop volley, high drop volley. Okay. Raducanu breaks back 22 minutes, 2-0 in the third. This is a marathon. This is a long-ass match. By the way, Towson and Bialek are 5-5 in the first set of their match. How about on the men's side? Like Bublik winning a slam would be wild. I would love that. I would love Bublik to win a slam. But I don't know. I feel like we saw it at the Australian Open when he came up against de Minaur. It's Bublik's such an interesting character, right? It's almost like when he doesn't give a shit and he's relaxed and he's just kind of playing, he is amazing. But then, almost like things get real. Like at the Australian Open, things got real. He was in the mix. People were talking about him as a champion potential, right? And as a threat to Alcaraz, possibly, right? But then once that happened and the expectation on Bublik, people kind of expect him to like win or do something, he kind of like started playing terrible and seemed like he didn't care against Demon, right? So that's why I'm a little like, he might make a semi-final by, beating some of the big boys and playing just his normal game. But then once it gets like to be real, that's why he might just like scare himself almost. It like spooks him a little bit. Like all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, I could win this. And then that's when bad things happen. But like he wins 500s, he wins 250s by just like not carelessly going through, but having fun and just playing and having fun. But when the stakes are as high as a Grand Slam, that gets a little scary. Whereas winning a 500, okay, that's not as scary, to do for him. But going to try and win a slam and being in the mix for that, we saw in Australia, like he got a little spooked. I don't know if that's going to happen in the next slam. We'll find out, but I don't know. But I would love Bublik to make a semi. A semi-final of a slam would be awesome. All right, Raducanu holds 3-2. But yeah, it was just interesting in Australia how he kind of like got to that match with Demon and then all of a sudden it just kind of fell apart. Like he started playing shocking. Like he was playing great until then. And it was all of a sudden he just sort of like was completely off. Yeah, mental thing for Bublik. Yeah. I think he could win a 1,000. Like, I think winning a 1,000 is on the cards. He could definitely win one. But if he makes a semi of a slam, I think that's a hell of an effort. If he makes a semi of a slam, he's in the final four. That would be a hell of a record, a hell of an effort. Raducanu still with a good body language, and now she's got the lead. So she's trying to keep morale high. Remember, if she wins this match, it'll be the first time she's made a final since the US Open 4 years ago. Yeah, Zhang's playing next week. She's playing in Doha. She's playing against Kenin. At this stage, she could withdraw though, because there has been times where she's withdrawn last minute, and that could be one of them again. But yeah, she is in the draw. All right, here we go. Raducanu with the lead, 3-2 final set. She's 3 games away from her first final since 2021. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As a return from Raducanu is too good. Oliynykova hits it long, and it's love 15. Yeah, the draw's out. I made a video about it. Go check it out. All right, serve. Into the back of Raducanu. Good return. Oliynykova backhand goes wide. Love 30. Chance for Raducanu to get the break here. All right. Love 30. As Raducanu comes to net. Oliynykova hits it wide. Love 40. Raducanu to take the break in the final set. And this might be, at this rate, this might be the longest match that Raducanu has won. We have to confirm that. But, I mean, she's got to play for another 20 minutes, which could happen because this match is not over. What is wrong with my hair? All right. Return is a winner by Raducanu. 4-2. She leads in the final set. All right. Four-two Raducanu. She was down a break, now she's up a break. Who's going to break next? We'll find out right after this. Pardon me. All right. All right, 15 love. Nice hitting by Raducanu. All right, a backhand rally. Oliynykova hits it long. 30 love, Raducanu. 30 love. If Emma wins, Cam has to take off his top. Bro, I'm not giving that shit out for free. Are you kidding me? You gotta go to the OnlyFans, man. What the hell are you on about? You want free shit? Come on now. Get out of here. A lob goes out. 40 love. Bro, out here asking for free stuff. You know, you gotta pay for that shit, man. 40 love. $40 love. Serving the form of Oliynykova. Point out from Raducanu. Oliynykova slicing the net. 5-2 Raducanu. She's one game away. Cam, I stopped watching at the start of the third set after the second game. Even with Emma playing, I cannot watch a moonball play tennis. Well, you are a fake fan. So, Trishan, you are a fake fan. I'm just kidding. Oh, damn wins. Cue the puns. Bialeka's destroying Towson, is she? No, she's not. She's 6'5". What are you trying to destroy? Draper was on fire yesterday. If she wins this match, she will beat Alexandra Eala. Maybe. We'll watch that tomorrow. Raducanu, one game away from the final of a WTA event for the first time since the US Open. All right. Here we go. Oliynykova serving to stay in the match. As Raducanu backhand, Oliynykova forehand pass. Missed it. Love 15. Love 15. Seven to the forehand Raducanu. Good return. Oliynykova gets it back to the forehand Raducanu. Oliynykova into the backhand of Raducanu as Oliynykova backhand on the stretch. Raducanu. Forehand cross court. Oliynykova gets it with the forehand, but it's wide. Love 30. Love 30, chat. Specifically, Emma Raducanu fans. Get ready. Love 30. As with a fault second serve. We've waited 4 years for this moment. Serve. Into the forward of Raducanu. Great return. Love 40. Raducanu with the match point. Raducanu to get to her first WTA final since the US Open final in 2021. It has been a minute. And she's had to work hard for this match. Love 40. Serve the back of Raducanu. Return goes wide. 15-40. 15-40. Match point number 2. First there's a fault. Second serve. In the forehand of Raducanu. Return goes in the forehand of Oliynykova. To the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu is Oliynykova. Backhand again to the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova. Slice. Is good. Oh, it's a drop shot winner. What a shot. How'd that go in? 30-40. That was a little bit lucky. I don't think she meant it to be that good. I think it was supposed to be a short slice and it ended up being a drop shot winner. Still match point Raducanu. 30-40. Seven to the forehand of Raducanu. Back into Oliynykova to the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. As Raducanu. Forehand again. The forehand of Oliynykova. She hits a moon ball. Raducanu attacks. Oliynykova gets it back into the forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu in the net. Deuce. You didn't think it would be easy, did you? You didn't think she'd get on her first set match point, did you? All right, deuce. Oliynykova serves again. Return goes short. Oliynykova drop shot. Raducanu gets it. Oliynykova pass. Raducanu volleys. Oliynykova slice lob. Raducanu's going to hit it around the legs. Up goes another lob, but it's wide by Raducanu. Great pickup by Oliynykova. Advantage. All right, Raducanu's going to possibly have to try and serve it out. Advantage Oliynykova to stay in the match. Serve the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand slice of Oliynykova. As Raducanu back again to the slice of Oliynykova. As we get a backhand again from Raducanu. Oliynykova in the net. And it's back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, back to Oliynykova. She's cramping bad. Who's cramping? No one's cramping. Will you oil up if Eala wins Wimbledon and Roland Garros? Bro, why'd you make it weird? Why are you being weird? Return goes out by Raducanu. Advantage Oliynykova. Bro out here asking crazy questions. How did he get through? He wrote it. Bro, you really want me to oil up. Relax, all right, buddy? It's not that kind of channel. Advantage Oliynykova. Backhand slice return to the backhand of Oliynykova. Drop shot's good. Raducanu comes to the net. Oliynykova backhand lob is in. Beautiful lob. All right. Oliynykova saves 3 match points. And with a smile, makes Raducanu serve for this match. Strange people. Yeah, that dude was he just loved it. Bro, they're asking random questions. All right. Raducanu serving for this match now. And Olenkova's like, how am I still winning in this match? She got such a great attitude. She has got such a great attitude. She just like just smiling. She's just like, hey, I saved 3 match points. How good's that? What a great personality. All right, return goes into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova passing shot is a lob. Raducanu's in a volley. It's in the net, though. And Oliynykova, love 15. Oh, no. Love 15. Cam, your channel has the most unique chat. Look, I think it's hilarious, and it keeps it interesting. Look, we don't kink shame. Whatever that guy's into or whatever, it's fine. But also, I'm not the person who's going to oil up. You need to there's plenty of places you can find that stuff. Not here, though. You know, if you do what you have to do, but not here. Not that. That's not what we do here. Anyways, love 15. But look, good luck with your endeavors. Right? Slice goes down the line, the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova forehand now to the front of Raducanu. Again to the front of Oliynykova. Raducanu down the line. Olenkova's there with the backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova, backhand winner. Love 30. Oh, here we go. Love 30. And Olenkova's like, how am I still winning in this match? She doesn't even know how she's still here. All right, love 30. Is the dog sleeping? Yes. Love 30. As Raducanu serves. Into the front of Oliynykova. Return goes into the back of Raducanu. Oliynykova. Forehand moonball. Raducanu hits it again to the forehand of Oliynykova, who puts up another moonball. Raducanu attacks. As another moonball goes up from Oliynykova into the forehand of Raducanu. Oliynykova. Forehand again to the forehand of Raducanu. Now Olenkova's moonballing again to the Raducanu backhand. Moonball again from Oliynykova. Raducanu attacks. Oliynykova can't handle that one. Raducanu's like, I've had enough of this moonball. 15-30. Olenkova's just... she played some long-ass rallies. 15-30. Are those moonballs easy to do? I mean, no, because if you hit it too short, it's going to get attacked. So there is a skill in it, for sure. Consistently hitting the ball deep in the court with a high loopy shot. It's not easy. Looks easy, but it's not. Especially when the other person's hitting the ball hard at you. Another moonball. Raducanu gets back. Oliynykova backhand to the back of Raducanu. She goes down the line to the front of... I was going to call it moonball. Oliynykova forehand goes to the backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova slice. As Raducanu backhand again, the backhand of Oliynykova. Raducanu with a forehand inside out. Oliynykova gets it with her backhand. Raducanu drop shot. Oliynykova comes to the net. Raducanu with a pass is a lob, but it's out. 15-40. 15-40. Oliynykova to get back on serve here. All right, Raducanu. In trouble. Oliynykova looking to break. Serving to the front of Oliynykova. Return goes in the front of Raducanu. Oliynykova pass is a lob, but it's long. 30-40. One saved. 30-40. 30-40. Still break point here for Oliynykova. What a crazy match. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Oh, me. Serve in the back end of Oliynykova. Return the back end of Raducanu. Oliynykova back in on the stretch. Raducanu. Drop shot. Too good. Too good. And even before the second bounce, Oliynykova was already clapping. God, what a great sport. I hope she does well, Oliynykova. I want to see more of her. She's so good. Like, she has got such a quirky personality. But she's also super respectful. Like, I love that. Like, Raducanu hits a great drop shot. And as she's running to get it, she starts clapping before it even bounced the second time. I mean, what a lovely gesture. All right. Raducanu survives for now. Deuce. As we get a fault. Second serve. Timbledon. I wasn't going to say that, but you did. Deuce. I was thinking it, though. As the backhand goes into the backhand of Oliynykova. Flying out from Raducanu into the front of Oliynykova. Raducanu attacks the moon ball. Oliynykova moonballs it back, though, and Raducanu hits a forehand cross-court again. The front of Oliynykova. Raducanu now with the backhand cross-court. Oliynykova goes again, the backhand of Raducanu, who shoots another drop shot, and it's another winner by Raducanu. Back-to-back drop shot winners, and it's match point again. For Raducanu to get the win and make the final. Raducanu fans, start going crazy. You can start pointing and saying, I told you so. You freak out on those haters. It's your day. It is your day. Advantage Raducanu. Serve. Serve is into the backhand of Oliynykova. Backhand of Raducanu. Oliynykova backhand. Goes wide! And Raducanu, who drops her racket and looks like she's about to burst into tears, is into the final of a tournament for the first time in 4.5 years. And Olynkova's given her that's nice. Good exchange in the net. Olynkova's got a big smile. She had a great week. Semi-finals. I love that Oliynykova also waves to the crowd as well. I know that people are going to be like, that's weird. I love that she also thanks the crowd, even though she lost. I kind of love it. I know it's kind of weird because usually it's it's the winner's moment, but I kind of love that Olynkova's she's just enjoying it. She's I don't care. I'm gonna say thank you. Raducanu's into the final. First final since the US Open. Raducanu fans, it's your moment. By the way, chat, I just noticed that as Raducanu saved break points, 100 people left. If you're one of those 100 people and you were here because you were waiting for the I told you so, she sucks, you suck. And don't come back. All right. Goodbye. Oh, man. Cue the... it's been 84 years. Raducanu fans, you deserve this one. You deserve this one. Raducanu giving Oliynykova a nice round of applause. Oliynykova waving to the crowd. Oh, she's so cool, Oliynykova. I'm a fan. She's so chill. She's got such a great attitude. She's waving to the crowd. She's thanking the crowd. I wish her more success. I want to see more of her. She's done well. She's a great great energy. All right. God, if she wins it all, chat, the world might explode. I don't know what's going to happen, chat. What happens if Raducanu wins the whole thing? Oh, no. But yeah, Raducanu fans, you earned this. You have taken so much shit over the years. You have been bullied so badly over the last 4 years for supporting this woman for no reason. The fact that she won a Grand Slam is not your fault, and it shouldn't be her fault either. Olynykova's signing autographs as well. Oh, that's so cool. She's so cool, chat. So fun. She doesn't have to do any of this, and she's doing it anyway. Anyways, that was a long match. That went for a long time. I think I will happy cry if she wins the whole tournament. Well, we'll watch it tomorrow. Is it the same Ukrainian that won't shake hands with Russian players? That ain't respectful. Oh, thanks, brother. Thanks for reminding me about how, there's wars going on in the world and all the bad shit. Thanks, brother. Yes, you are a shining light in this chat. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. Yeah, because she's not doing it for any reason. Thank you. That's great. Still doesn't change things for me, but yeah, whatever. Most success for both ladies. Emma Kudos. Yeah, finally, she's into a final. Finally. By the way, and the way that she won that too. I mean, it was a long match, which, I was saying, like, shit, if this goes 3, this could be, physically could be scary for Raducanu. She had the shoulder problem in the first set. Great to see that she went through all of that, right? She was down a break in the third. It looked like, oh no, is things going bad? Turned it around. Physically was able to fight to the end. I mean, great effort by Raducanu against a very awkward opponent. All right, see you later, Deb. Show the dog. The dog's there. Favorites are Raducanu and Eala. They're my favorite players. Really? You think they're my favorite players? Interesting. We do watch them. We have watched them a lot this week because they're the only 2 big names playing. And Draper. We should have watched Draper. But Draper, we can watch Draper next week. Touchy. That's funny. See you for the final. Yeah, we're back tomorrow. I'm expecting it to be kind of hostile. I don't know why. I'm feeling like it might be a little of a hostile environment tomorrow. But that's okay. I will do my best to ignore. It's going to be a test. I'm going to try my best to ignore it. Chat, tomorrow, I'll do my best. Unless she wins the final, and then I will laugh. Finally, Emma has overcome the US Open curse. Yeah. So, Emma Wimbledon? Let's relax. Let's just relax for a second. Eddie.
For Raducanu's win.
Thank you for the 5. I love Emma and I'm happy for her. And I love that for you. Alexandra Eala just played and now she's got to play doubles with Joint. Yeah. Between Eala and Raducanu, who do you choose? Daria Kasatkina. So there you go. Surprise. My favorite is the one that I don't want to watch because she makes me nervous. It's just the truth. I don't want to watch Dashley because I get scared. And I can't, if you ever watch me watch my favorites, you'll know who they are. They're the ones that I can't stand to see lose. Raducanu is now 25 in rankings. Whatever happens tomorrow, not far off aiming for 24 under Roland Garros seeding. Well, yeah, I mean, she's already seeded for Indian Wells, but if she's in the top 20 or the top 24, she will avoid Swiatek Sabalenka until the 4th round, I think, right? So yeah, you want to be she's close to that safety of not having to play a top 8 player in the 3rd round. Yeah, Penko Badosa is a great first round in Doha. We don't watch Australians. That's the exact same reason as well. We don't watch Australians because, like, I don't need that in my life. I don't need to see that. Australians are very hard. It's very hard to watch Australians for me. If Emma wins the final, what will the rank be? She'll be 25 regardless, but she'll be closer to 24 if she wins. Raducanu Raducanu Wimbledon final, that'd be wild. I'd take a quarterfinal of that. Will Raducanu even play clay? Yes. Why wouldn't she? Unfortunately, at the moment, Dasher isn't having much winning to avoid watching now. Yeah, it's been tough being a Dasher fan, but she's had a lot going on. You know, she changed nationalities. She is trying to figure out how to settle down in Australia by being on the road. She's been going through a lot. She will come good. She will get better. She will be back. It's just been a tricky 12 months. She's had a lot of off-court stuff going on, obviously, clearly. Changing nationalities is a huge deal, especially when it's not when it's in Australia, which is so far away. Yeah, Raducanu is playing Doha next week. She hasn't pulled out yet, unless that just happened and I missed it. No, she's playing Doha. Sabalenka pulled out. Dash is one of my favorites too. Yeah, it's been a tough time. It's been tough as a Dasher fan, but that's all right. Things will improve. Things will get better. Things can only get better. Is that a song? That's a song, right? All right. Well, chat, that was fun. And now we get to watch Raducanu in a final. What? How epic is that? And Raducanu fans, like I said, you guys have earned this. It's been a tough time for the Raducanu fans. You guys have had to endure so much negativity. And frankly, opinions that you never wanted and never asked for. You didn't ask like, hey, everybody, what's your opinion on Raducanu? They just freely scream it in your face about how she's a terrible player. But that is not true. Because now she's made a final. And unless she loses in this final, and then they're going to have some, she doesn't want a title. If she wins this title, then, what will they say? What will they say next? But she makes the final in a very physical match. That was a very difficult match. She might have to play Castella in the final. That will be very tough. Sorana Castella is obviously, it's her last year on tour, so she wants to win at home, which might be her final match in Romania. So she will be a feisty finalist. But she hasn't made the final yet, so we'll see who she does play, Raducanu, when we get the final tomorrow. Also, tomorrow's final of Abu Dhabi. That's on tomorrow. We've got Alexandra Eala in that final, so we'll see what's up with that. But thanks for joining us. This was a long match. I didn't expect this to be this crazy. But 7-5, 3-6, 6-3. Raducanu wins, and she's into her first final since the US Open 21. I'll see you tomorrow.